Hello, ayan. I'm here na. Finally, the connection is so bad. We've been trying to get the connection in the rain. Ano, may bagyo ba? Kaya pala ganyan yan. Hello, Pilar Mateo. I'll read your comments now. A boy is coming in a few minutes also. He's trying to get a connection that's good kasi Quezon City rin daw siya umuulan. So, Mary Grace. Dito po umuulan. Sa Mindanao, umuulan rin din. Hi, Dita Santinor. Wow, Dita is watching. Teka, so yung mga first people na nag-greet sa akin is Sisa. Hi, Sisa. Nice to know you guys are watching. Cheryl, Joey, Malvataan. Hi, Raymond. Watching you, Janice the Brilliant Fanatics from Padre Pio, Batangas. Uy, may good news ako sa iyo, Joey. My show tomorrow, which I will announce also now, ladies and gentlemen, is that I have a new show tomorrow at Sunday evening, 11 p.m. It's called Midnight Snack. Yan po. Bakit Midnight Snack? We're going to discuss or talk about things na ang hirap pag-usapan during the day. So, ang nangyayari is that minsan nahiya tayo, we can talk about things na medyo maliwanag. The little darkness can keep us, a little bit, kunyari may safe space. Yun yung idea natin. So there. I hope you can join us, Joey. That's tomorrow, same Facebook, but Midnight Snack ang title, Me and Janice de Belen, 11 p.m. Sunday. Yan po. Jelly Victor, hi Jel. Nice to, oh man, it's raining. Yeah, it is raining hard. Jel, thank you for last night. I guessed it that the eavesdrop. And we went for 3 hours in conversation. Those who watched it last night, there is a podcast after, so you can watch it or listen to it again. Ang saya, para hindi dumaan ng 3 hours. Hindi ko alam kung paano namin nagawa yon. So there. I hope the connection. Because Ditas, it's also raining in Alabang. Ano ba to? Bagyo ba to? Or ano? Bettina is also watching daw. Patingin nga, titignan ko sa Facebook, Ay, ang dami. Ay, may nag-message sa akin, St. Peter Memorial. Parang hindi ko yata gusto. May plugging ang St. Peter's Memorial dito. Anyway, okay. So basically, I'll just give you guys a review. Ang nawala sa quarantine chikahan is the everyday na Monday to Friday. But every Saturday, this is more or less our time slot. Saturday, late afternoon na mangyayari sa quarantine chikahan. Hanggang may quarantine pa rin sa utak ng mundo natin dito sa Philippines. Wala tayong magagawa, they will do that. And then tomorrow, which is our first episode, please guys, please watch. First episode namin tomorrow ni Janice de Belen. She's with me. We're hosting the Midnight Snack. Yan po. Masaya yan because tomorrow is that I will introduce to Janice and to the straight people yung LGBTQIA++. Ang dami nun. Marami naguguluhan kahit nga ako minsan naguguluhan ako doon sa letters. But it's a good conversation. We have a guest who is an advocate pero hindi siya yung advocate or leader or resource person na ang bilis magsalita. So ang mangyayari is that tawag dito, maganda yung explanation na I listened to his talks and ako impressed ako sa batang to. Bata kasi he's so much younger than I am. Pilar, Mateo saying, kakamiss ka nga Raymond Isaac. Actually, Pilar, may confession ako sa inyo lahat. Because of last night, yung chikahan namin ni Delamar, ni Jelly, Victor, na-miss ko yung everyday talk ko. Minsan gusto ko, pero you know what, ayoko naman sabihin na may trabaho ako because some people walang trabaho pa rin up to now. But I am blessed with the fact that nag-shoot na kami with Luis Manzano or Lucky Manzano, si Sarah Geronimo. Gusto ko nga i-share sa inyo yung kung paano yung bagong shooting namin ngayon. Kaya lang, confidential, hindi ko ma-share. And next week, ganyan na naman kami, may shoot na naman ako. So medyo thank you God for the blessings na continuous pa rin. And I hope you guys are okay also. Namimiss ko yung, may kausap ko kayo, alam mo, the 3 months na magkakasama tayong lahat, ang laki ng nagawa nun sa atin lahat. Yun, we were catching up every day with each other. So yes, I miss you guys. Pilar, namimiss ko rin yung kwentuhan. But don't worry, at least 2 shows na tayo a week. One Saturday afternoon and then one Sunday evening. Yan po. We're still waiting for Boy to come in on to connect with us, so don't worry about that. So, sa mga taong hindi pa rin nakakaalam, Nakakatawa ang Pilipinas ngayon kasi nakita niyo ba yung post ko kay ano, "Hi Olen Lim, you're there." Nakita niyo ba yung post ko kay ano, kay kay Press Secretary natin si Roque? Meron ako nahanap na ano, parang Family Guy cartoon. Hindi ko masabing malakas, tayo-tayo lang nandito. Aliw na aliw ako kasi parang siya talaga yung cartoon doon. So go, look for it. Juliana, sabi ni Juliana, Raymond, you never age. Ay, mali yung napindot ko, sorry. Yan. Juliana, sabi, you never age. Hindi totoo yan. Hirap na ho itong anit ko, kaka-retouch. Hindi ko na masasabihin sa inyo na puro puti na buhok ko. Actually po, high school pa lang, maputi na talaga. Marami na akong maputing buhok. So, thank you for technology. So, mukha lang akong ano ba. But if you're talking about skin, thank you mama or kasi sa kanya galing yun genes natin. Yan po. If you have questions sa mga nangyayari natin ngayon, marami tayong ano dito. Tawag dito, ang hirap sabihin. Controversy in our country na ang hirap i-solve. And one of them is that since papasok yung mga bata, marami ako natatanggap ng mga messages about some people don't have gadgets or cell phones or iPads. I have good news for you. I'm trying to get people together so that yung mga students na walang mga gadgets dyan, na gusto mag-aral online, ay matutulungan namin. I cannot promise the whole Philippines. Sorry po, hindi ho ako mayaman. But whatever we can do, we're trying to get people together to gather gadgets, cell phones, or whatever para mag-continue po yung aral ng mga tao. Naawa po ako kasi as far as Mindanao, maraming nagme-message sa akin na nahirapan daw sila mag-online pero gustong-gusto nila mag-aral. Bihira yung mga estudyante na gusto mag-aral. So, yes, sana matulungan natin sila. Ellie Estores, Sir Raymond Isaac, stay young and maintain your youthful glow. Alam mo yung glow na yan, galing ho yan sa reflector. Yan yung tinuturo ko yan sa ano. And then, ito si Pilar, haha, kaaliw nga yung may throwback videos is, I sent that one of it Coco, di ba cute niyo? Oo, wag ka magpadala ng ano, throwback, nakikita ko yung tanda ko. Ang payat ko noon that time. Wow, sabi ni Pilar, si Direct Benedict is in the house. Hello, ang dami niyong manonood, nasi-stress ako. If I check right now, yes, you guys are supportive and I thank you for that. We're just waiting for Boy to come in on backstage and don't worry about that because nga mahirap ang signal ngayon at ang lakas ng ulan from Quezon City to Alabang. So medyo nahihirapan yata siya mag-connect. But don't worry, I'm here. Nag-survive naman tayo ng quarantine chikahan na na tayo-tayo lang in the first place. Oo nga pala, may good news ako sa inyo. Meron na ako because siguro sa kakulitan ko dito sa quarantine chikahan, meron na tayong sponsor. Opo, mga kaibigan. Nakikita nyo ba? Ayun. Lalapit ko lang ng konti. Yan. Summit. Nagpadala sila ng bote. Di ba aliw? Yan. Hindi ho siya plastic. The reason why gustong-gusto ko yung idea, kala mo soft drinks. The reason why gusto ko yung idea, pinuksan ko tuloy yung Summit bottle. The water bottle is made of glass. So which means it's environmentally friendly. Yan po mga kaibigan, ang type ko diyan. So nag-stock ako, medyo may mahal. You pay for the price of the glass bottle, pero ano naman siya, environmental, pwedeng ulit-ulitin. So kunyari kung meron kang bisita at gusto magpayabang, sabihin mo, I have a glass of water. Would you like to have some? Yeah, pwede mo pakita. Miss Yayo Aguila, hello po. Nanonood ka, Miss Sexy. Alam nyo, may confession ako kay Yayo Aguila. Yan po ang girl crush ko. Nalilesbian ho ako sa kanya. Thank you, Summit Water, again sa inyo. And then, Cheska Nax, may sponsor na. Yes, finally, nag-pay off po ang 3 months na natin. Meron na ho tayong sponsor. Hopefully, by next month, meron tayong additional sponsor. So, mag-pray ho tayo para continuous naman yung chikahan natin dito at this point, di ba? And then, we will see who else is. Ang dami mga friendship. Na-miss nyo ba ako? Parang ang dami nyo naman. Tell them, if may top fan today, ay! Oo, sabi ni Tito Jason, Ang top fan daw for today's comment, may papadalang package ng Absolute. Kasi ang Summit and Absolute isang kumpanya, magpapadala daw ng gift pack sila sa inyo sa top comments. Oh, Tito Jason, di ko alam yun ha. Thank you very much. May may pasabog si Tito Jason. Si Tito Jason, kilala niyo siya yung minsan sumasagot sa atin sa admin. Siya yung nag-aalaga na kung may mali akong ginagawa, pinapagalitan ho ako. So at least alam niyo may sumasaway rin sa akin at this end. So yun ang nangyayari dyan. Alisin ko na si Cheska. Baka sabihin Cheska, sponsor. Hi, Jason. Ang dami. Okay. Sino pa ba nandito? I watched you last night, sabi ni Lori. I watched you last night with Jelly and you're still here. Hindi ka pa nagsawa ng boses ko, but I appreciate that. Sabi ni Yayo, sumagot si Yayo, nakakatakot. Pilarski, miss you. Oy, kayo nag-uusap. Ang dami pa yung sponsor, sabi ni Maite Ignacio. Sabi ko, sana, pwede ba makita si Tito Jason, sabi ni Jelly. Ay, nako, hindi daw siya nakaayos ang buhok. So, tsaka na daw, pag nag-blow dry na daw siya. Hindi, ito totoo, he can't stay in the same camera as I am kasi he's on another room making sure that all the broadcast is uy, ang hirap ng broadcast sa totoo lang. Akala ng mga tao tuloy-tuloy yung ginagawa ko. Habang minsan kinakausap ko yung guest, ang nangyayari, nagbabasa rin ako ng comments. Tapos inaakit ko yung comments ninyo dito on board. So yan yung natin dyan. I like your background. Thank you, sabi ni Kaylan, alam mo, hindi ko ma-pronounce. Ilagay kaya kita sa board para at least makita. Kilain, ang hirap naman. O, siya na nga yung Marcelo Maratas. At least nandun yung mo. Ayun. Meron nga pala ako i-remind sa inyo also that if you don't see me live, we have this in YouTube and also meron tayong podcast in Spotify. So minsan hindi nyo malalaman kung ano sinasabi namin because hindi nyo nakikita. But if that happens, drop me a line in Facebook so we know what's happening kung kulang ako sa pagpaprod sa inyo. In fact, thank you Jelly Victor because kung hindi last night hindi ako mapapractice ng 3 hours how to do it for Spotify. Ang dada ako last night, nahiya nga ako. Si Chocolate Man daw, hanapin nyo sa Instagram, sabi ng isang reader natin. Thank you. Hello Raymond, Leia from Bakersfield. Saan ang Bakersfield? Hindi ko alam yan. Sa Amerika ba yan? Please, Leia, sabihin mo, saan ang Bakersfield? So I will say hi to you also. And then from CDO, si Creselda Di Maano. Hello again. Uy, oo, I remember you. And then si Shell is also here. Shell, hello, it's nice to spend our Saturday morning watching you. Watching from Amsterdam, Netherlands. Thank you, Shell. Ano bang doon? Anong oras na kaya doon? Alam ko morning nga, pero I'm glad you guys wake up kasi my show, that's the reason why yung Midnight Snack, my show tomorrow in the evening, it will cater to the people also who have, have a different time zone. So yung mga ibang tao na gumigising na maaga just to watch, like last night, medyo lunchtime na yata si Delamar nung we were doing the show. May papakita ako dito. Si Tito Jason, hi everyone, for the top fan for today, we will send 1 box of Summit to your house or to your friend. Metro Manila lang po. Ay, oo. Wag muna daw sa probinsya kasi may limitation ng delivery. Some of the provinces within the Luzon area, hindi pa pinapayagan mag-deliver kasi natatakot nga sila na baka makontaminate pa yung ibang tao. Oo, Summit drinking water. So, iba-iba ho. May Vitamilk, meron Summit, at may Absolute. That's sila, one company ho yan sa atin lahat yun. So, there. I'm trying to see kung hindi makakonect si Tito Boy sa atin. Tito Boy talaga. Hindi ko naman siya tinatawag na Tito Boy. Sorry, napatahimik. Dito yung mahirap yung lahat ginagawa. Ang hirap. Masarap ng ibang tao na meron na meron silang technician or tawag dito floor director na lahat silang nagsi-switch on and off. So hindi sila nahihirapan. So anyway, one of the other kwentos na natin dito is that natatawa nga ako because nga ang dami nating ganap sa Pilipinas. Tayo na lang ba nahuhuli, nakukulelat dito sa quarantine natin because most of the people, our neighboring countries in Asia are slowly going back to normal life. In fact, some of them are not wearing masks anymore. And then, sana ganun rin na mangyari sa atin. And it's nice to see, meron na, nandito na siya sa backstage. So, without further ado, or may French na ang ado, ito na pa mga kaibigan, ay naririnig niya ako, nag-smile pa siya. Wala ka pa, hindi ka pa nakikita. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the Philippine King of Talk. Natalo pa ho niya sa follower si Oprah. Totoo ba yun? Hindi, joke lang yan. No, siya. Kinakabahan ako sa lakas ng ulan. Sabi ko, hindi, sisipit kaya si Boy, baka hindi kami makakonect. Ganon.
Aba, magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon, but I'm glad to be with my friend, the one and the only Raymond.
Wow, Raymond. Oh, so anyway, so
sandali muna, ang ganda naman ang backdrop mo. I mean,
hindi pwedeng matalo ako ni Boy Abunda. Dapat may pang ano ko.
Ano yan? Is that a
No, this is the green screen. Naka-green screen ako tapos namimili ako ng background.
Ibang klase ka naman.
Siyempre, may, sabi nga nung mga tao sa akin, it's flexing your muscle pag maganda daw. Kasi ikaw, every time nag-i-interview, o kala mo walang tao, tayo nagkikwentuhan na. Ito na ang problema namin ni Boy. Kikwentuhan kami diretso para kala mo walang tao. Kasi ikaw, every time you have an interview, pinapanood kita. And every time may interview ka, iba yung background chair na ginagamit mo. Gusto ko yun ni Ito Kish dyan sa main likod mo, hindi mo ginamit. So,
pero alam mo ang gamit ko ngayon, nakakatuwa.
Patingin nga.
One of my favorite chairs.
Alam ko yan. Kay Kenneth yan, Kenneth Cobompoy.
I mean, we buy Filipino. Okay, Kenneth ito. Regalo ng isang kaibigan. Di ba?
Ay, ang yayaman ng mga kaibigan mo. Sana maging kaibigan ko rin sila.
Katulad mo, halimbawa, isa ka sa pinakamayamang kaibigan ko.
Mayaman ako sa utang at pagmamahal ng mga ibang tao. Mayaman ako sa mga gustong kumuha ng aking katawan. Yun, di ba?
Marami yan, ha?
Ay, ako. Alam mo, ito mahirap. Sabi nila, we will have a formal interview with Mr. Boy because ang daming tanong dun sa, when I announced, ang daming nagsabit ng questions. Ayan na, may naglalabasa na maraming questions online also. Pero I will give, can you read it? I will give priority to the people naman. We'll jump in because seriously, isang oras lang tayo with Boy because marami ho siyang Zoom meetings. Awa ng Diyos, walang katapusan.
Naghahanap buhay, susumikap, ika nga, para maitawid ang dapat itawid. Pero magandang hapon po sa lahat ng, to everyone eavesdropping on this conversation. Maraming salamat for joining us. And what we're going to talk about, I don't know. We will move with the flow. I will ride the tide. I am in the hands of my friend, and let's see what happens. I enjoy going to the most uncertain of places because that's where magic happens.
Wow.
Okay.
May nag-message sa akin na minsan daw hindi nag-freeze daw ako. No, but I'm okay na. Anyway, okay. Ano muna natin to because there's always a pressure when sabi na your name becomes eventually the personality that you become as an adult. So being the king of talk in the Philippines, malakas ba ang pressure nyo pag naririnig mong ini-introduce ka as the king of talk?
Nung umpisa, nakakatuwa, nakakakilig, di ba? Kasi may title ka. And to this very day, Raymond, hindi ko talaga maalala. I can't remember how it started. I don't remember who gave the title to me. But I used to joke about it. Pero hindi naman ako magsisinungaling na hindi ko nagustuhan yung titulo. Siyempre, naiintindihan ho natin yung brand equity. And whoever invented that, I'm really grateful. Anong nararamdaman ko? Nung una, kinikilig. Nung una na, syempre, natutuwa. Pero there was a point also, and I used to joke about it. Sabi ko, I'm not the king of talk because kings have queens, and I don't have a queen. Binibiro ko eh. That was my way of coping with it. Pero, ni kailan, mula noon hanggang ngayon, hindi ko naman ho sineryoso. Hindi ako kumilos sa parang king, na hindi nagkakamali, that word is law. Hindi po. Nakatulong sa akin doon yung pagiging manager ko na alam kong kung may trono man at may titulo ka, lahat yan temporary. Di ba?
Ay, oo, at least yun yung sasabi na lahat ng tao. At least you're always grounded by...
Kailangan.
Oo,
Kailangan.
kailangan. Oo,
The one immutable law of the business, at least the celebrity business. And I say this to my talents. Lahat ng mga na-manage kong talents na matagal ng panahon, isa ang batas na hindi nababago sa ating industriya.
which is
Nobody lasts. Lahat tayo nalalaos.
true. So,
Yun.
ibig sabihin, you're comfortable in case it does happen. Pero so far, you've been very successful. How many years in the business so far?
Let's not talk about age, Raymond. Let's not talk about exact numbers. Hindi, I want to put you, am I comfortable with the concept of being a has-been? Hindi. Siyempre, sino ba naman ang gustong malaos? For lack of a better word, I just want to radically express kung ano yun, na hindi ka laging nasa peak. It's a law of gravity. Anything that goes up comes down, goes down.
Yeah, it's
So I am
true.
not comfortable. I mean, if I had my way as a human being, I'd like to stay there forever, but that's not the truth.
Yeah.
The word probably is knowing that you're not going to be there forever humbles you. And I am humbled. I'm still coping with it. May mga araw na, ay, oo nga. Knowing one day that there's going to be a better interviewer, there's going to be a better host, there's going to be a more deserving king. Knowing that humbles you. Yun. Komportable hindi. Siyempre, it takes a while, but I'll get there.
And you understand. It's basically the perceptions there, but the understanding is important. So it doesn't. You're not like the typical na ano nangyari sa akin, famous ako tapos biglang na ako. Yeah.
No, Raymond, acceptance is very important, but it doesn't come easy. It comes by stages, di ba? May mga panahon nag-uumpisa ka, tumaas ka, you stay there for a while, you took good care of yourself. Pero importante that when you're a public figure, meron kang mga ginagawa, you have your legacy. May mga bagay na naalala sa'yo so that, because that journey, as a manager, let me talk as a manager, journey from being at the peak to anonymity is the most challenging. Kasi pwede kang mahulog, pwede kang mawala, pwede kang maging bitter, pwede kang galit na galit, pwede ka namang masaya, pwede ka naman contented, pwede ka namang, you can be both. You can be both. And you have to take care of yourself. But knowing that you're not going to last forever, is certainly a good compass as a public figure.
Correct. I love the way you said it. It is a good compass for people. Cheska Weinbrenner says it's going to be a while before that happens. Boy is a hard act to follow. I agree. People have tried.
Thank you for your kind words. Totoo yan, mula sa aking puso. Thank you for your kind words. But it comes with a lot of hard work. You know that, Raymond. You know that.
I'm curious. Speaking of hard work, one of the things that I'm sure you've been asked so many times about your journey. Going back to the word journey that you mentioned a while ago, before becoming the Boy Abunda, the celebrity, the famous person, the king of talk. I mean, can you give us enlighten us on this? How good or how difficult the journey was for you?
Oh my God. Where do I even start? It's very difficult, Raymond. Halimbawa, kung dito ako sa Maynila, I come from very humble beginnings. In one of my posts sa aking fan page, sinabi ko ang aking mga ninuno, my ancestors were tillers of the soil and farmers of the sea. Connected ako doon. Oo. Kasi mga magsasaka at mangingisda ang aking mga ninuno.
Ganda-gandang explanation, magsasaka, tillers of the soil and what of the sea?
Farmers of the sea. Diba?
So, tatandaan ko yun.
Hayaan mo na yung kaasisan ko.
Para may glamour ang mga mangingisda at mga farmers natin. They need all the support. Anyway, continue.
I meant that. Galing po ako sa napakahirap na pamilya. I'm connected to that. Hindi kami nagutom nung kaming panahon na ng aking kapatid dahil napakasipag po ng aking ama. Ang aking tatay was a very dignified, he was a dignified poor man. He didn't finish college, but he was a small town politician. He was ambitious in a good way. Nanay was a public school teacher for 41 years, 11 months, and 2 days. Nagturo po ang aking ina ng grade 1. Lumaki po ako sa Samar, mahirap. Hindi ako nakakita ng refrigerator. Sabi ng nibong, boy, make sure that you don't rhapsodize your poverty. Sabi ko, no, I'm not dramatizing the poverty. It's real, as real can be. So, doon. Kasi nag-usap kami ngayon na ni Bong pagkagising ko. Sabi niya, ano ba ang hindi mo malilimutan? Sabi ko, Bong, grade 5 ako. First time nakakita ako ng grapefruit. Di ba na? Tayo. And I was so amazed. I was so overwhelmed. Sabi ko, ganyan pala yung grapes. At para may kapitbahay kami na may kamag-anak sa Amerika, nagpadala siguro. Nakita ko, sabi ko, ay, refrigerator, Raymond. Dito na ako nagkaroon ng refrigerator nung nasa Maynila. Kasama ko na si Bong. So, it was a
Kasama mo
okay.
na si Bong pa lang?
Yes. Bong and I have been together for 37 years. So that was more than 37 years ago. So dito sa Maynila, nakitira kami sa aking mga tiyahin. I was hungry. I was roaming the streets of the city. Nagbenta ako ng encyclopedia, fire extinguishers, nagbenta ako ng shampoo. Hindi ko alam kung yun ang dahilan. Pero nagbenta ako ng kahit anong maibibenta. I knew I couldn't sell my body. There were no takers, Raymond. Natulog ako sa luneta.
Umabot ka sa gano'n?
Yeah. Natulog ako sa luneta for many nights, Raymond. Dahil wala kaming matirhan ng aking mga kamag-anak, mga kaibigan. And then I quit school. Yun na, sabi ko sa nanay ko, Nay, telegrama pa noon, sulat, diba? Sabi ko, Nay, give me a couple of years dahil hindi natin kaya ang buhay. Dahil may utang kaming binabayaran, nakasanlang aming bahay sa bangko nung namatay ang tatay. Ang hirap ng pinagdaanan. Until I found my way to the theater. Nag-aral ako, I quit the Ateneo de Manila because I couldn't support myself anymore. Nag-aral ako, I got some units sa Lyceum of the Philippines, which was across the Metropolitan Theater. Tapos, nagtrabaho ko sa teatro. When I was in the theater, I met live friends. Ang dami kong mga kaibigan. That's where I met the great Duyen of Manila's 400, the great Kunching Sunico. That was also the time when I met Tita Helen Benitez, who was chair and president of the Philippine Women's University. Yun, Raymond. Ang dami kong utang na loob sa mga kaibigan, mga tao na kasalubong ko sa buhay ko. I've depended, di ba, on the kindness of friends and strangers along the way. Very hard. I went through the ringer. Ika nga. But I'm scarred, but I moved on.
No, but the battle scars are what make you today, and you cannot discard the fact that because of you going through hardships formed you to who or what you are today. So it's but let's complicate things even better. So your journey was difficult as a person.
Yes.
Add to that mix as a gay man.
Oh, hindi
How
lang,
did you?
because when I was starting in the theater, chorus ako, nag-audition ako sa chorus because that was the easiest entry point into the theater. Dahil wala naman akong kakilala. Lakas lang loob, bravado, ika nga. Yun lang ang baon-baon natin.
Okay.
So I auditioned, naging chorus ako until I became part of the PR office of the Metropolitan Theater sa opisina nga ni Tita Kunching. A few years later, I became director for public relations, and that started the journey. Kumbaga to where I am today. Pero hindi lang yung pagiging gay because in the theater, it was not difficult because I was gay. I think that's the world where nobody looks at you using the lens of gender.
Correct.
So,
In theater.
sa labas medyo nung ako'y bata at saka sa labas ng teatro, iba. But I will tell you na lang, Raymond, how it figured out when I started to do on-cam job as a television host. Kasi I have a well-meaning friend, and I tell this story very often. I have a well-meaning friend. He's still one of the biggest names in the industry today, mga kaibigan. He's still one of the biggest and one of the kindest names in the industry. Nung ako'y, I was already working for special jobs for GMA7 before I got to ABS-CBN. So GMA7, I was helping Raymond Miranda, who is also now with ABS-CBN and Bobby Barrero's group team. I was doing PR jobs already. I was a publicist. Hindi pa ako nagmamanage noon. So we got to do jobs together. Pati si Percy Intalan ng TV5, Raymond.
Percy, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And yun, they were in that group. So I was doing consultancy jobs, doing PR jobs for GMA7. Daldal lang ako ng daldal. Till one day, Bobby Barrero, gave me that call of, boy, would you entertain the idea of appearing on cam? Talaga ako naman, Wow. On cam. So, parang kiniliti na naman ako, no? It excited me. Kiniliti ako, natakot ako, kinabahan ako, but I said yes. I said yes. I didn't even know what the show was. So, from that time on until I did my on-cam job, I have this friend nga na sabi sa akin, "Boy, halika nga, mag-usap nga tayo ng masinsinan." Sabi ko, "Bakit ba?" Seem to be so bothered. Don't do on-cam work. So yeah, stop it. That's not your path. One day you're going to be president of your marketing firm. One day you're going to be president of your advertising company. That's where you are. That's who you are. Ako naman, sabi ko, parang tama ka nga kasi kinakabahan ako. Parang oo nga. Pero there was something inside me. I was saying, kanina sinabi ko, Raymond, sige nga, I mean, it's something that you don't know. Bakit lagi kang sigurado? Bakit kailangan lagi mong alam para pasukin? Sabi niya, there are 3 reasons. I remember this conversation. 3 dahilan kung bakit dapat hindi mo subukan. I mean, number 1, you're gay. You cannot be a serious interviewer. No, it made a lot of sense, Raymond. It was well-meaning. You cannot be a serious interviewer. Well, sa showbiz, sabi niya, baka pwede. But, deep in his heart, he knew that I wanted to be, not just in show business, I wanted to be in public affairs, no? Sabi niya, wala, hindi kasi seryosohin. You're gay. Ang mga gays ngayon, sabi nga niya, punchlines, pag may biro, blah, 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 blah. Pinaliwanag na sa akin. Pangalawa, sabi niya, you have an accent. Waray ka. Ang tigas ng accent mo. Yung, di ba, yung the E nagiging E, O nagiging O. And I was so insecure. I was so vulnerable because of my accent. Conscious ako doon. To this very day, baka makalimutan ko lamang, sinasabi ko to sa mga estudyante ko, do not ever deny your accent. That can be your brand equity. Pag halimbawa natapilok ang dila mo at naging E, ang I, ang O, naging U, ulitin mo lang. Because this has nothing to do with your mind. So number 2 yan. Yeah. Number 3, Raymond, sinabihan ako na, this is in my book sinabihan ako, hindi ka masyado kagandahan. Talaga? Ang sakit, di ba? Only a friend can tell you that. Hindi ka masyadong kagandahan. Biniro ko siya. Sabi ko, alam mo, yan ang problema mo. Kasi katulad mo, hindi mo nakikita yung ganda ko. Napaka-private kasi ng ganda ko. But what meant was, hindi ka titoy, hindi ka television material, etc. I thought about it very seriously. Talagang seryoso, Raymond. Pinag-isipan ko yan. Sabi ko, kahihiyan ba ang dadatnan ko nito? Pero hindi ako sumobra. I didn't overthink about my decision. I jumped into it. And I remember doing my first show with La Greta, with Gretchen. Ikaw nga ang nagpictorial sa amin noon eh.
Anong show to? Yes, I remember, show and tell.
Show and tell. You photographed me, Gretchen. Anyway, kami ni Gretch, I remember doing my first show, meron pang opening number kasi si Gretch, sumasayaw, kumakanta. And then, in the middle of the song, papasok ako, makikisayaw.
Naalala. That was very awkward.
We would do, it was not awkward, it was really bad. And then, we would do our opening spiels, and I remember after the first show, sabi ko sa audience, mga kaibigan, sabi ko, Gretch, give me this time. Mga kaibigan, I apologize for what you saw tonight. Parang gano'n, I don't exactly remember kung exact words. Pero give me 4 shows. Matututunan ko po ito. I said that because anyway, the star was Gretch. That's how I started my career on television. Yun.
Na naman vehicle mo, Gretchen Barreto kagad. I mean,
Hindi. There are 2 ways of looking at it, Raymond. Maganda because you had, a superstar like Gretchen. Nakakatakot dahil ang ganda-ganda ng kapartner mo.
Buti nga hindi mo inisip. Nilagay ba ako dito? Ako isipin ko kung nandun ako, ginawa ba akong contrast dito? Kasi putik. Gretchen Barreto, tapos itatabi mo ako. Ganun ang mangyayari.
That started a friendship. That really started a friendship. I don't see Gretch as often, but ito yung mga klase ng kaibigan na hindi mo man makita ng taon na taon. But when you talk to each other, it's as if the last time you spoke to each other was kahapon. That started a beautiful, beautiful friendship.
Wait, marami nagtatanong. May comments ako from the other window.
Raymond, para lang kumpleto ito. Kasi right after that, people don't remember. After show and tell, Gretch became pregnant. Naiwanan ako mag-isa.
Ikaw mag-isa nag-opening number?
Doon ang workshop ko. Yun talagang workshop ko. I was doing the show every Saturday with a different co-host for a number of years. Doon ako nahasa. Ito talaga yung piniga ka talaga. And that was a time when wala kasing nagtuturo. I was watching television shows. I was watching foreign shows. I was watching how people were doing it until I was brought to doing Star Talk with Chrissy, with Chris
Chris.
Aquino and Manay Lolit. Doon medyo
Yeah.
alam ko na humarap ng camera na pag may pula, ako na pala yun. Doon medyo marunong na ako ng konti. But it was a tough journey on on television. I'm sorry, I caught you there. Go ahead.
No. In fact, I have comments coming in from another window in the computer kasi sabi na hindi namin maalala yung show and tell. So, since ayaw sabihin ni Boy what year show and tell is, I won't even tell you what it is. But mayroon challenge sa'yo. Can you tell us your age without saying the number, but through places, events, names, or gadget? Ayan ha. Tingnan natin. Can you say your age without saying the number?
I love you dearly. Kung sino man ang nagtanong niyan, this is a wonderful question, but I don't answer talaga questions about my age. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Sinungaling ko po because there was a time when I was so conscious about growing old. Totoo yun.
Okay.
I don't talk about this often. Ito naman hindi ha. Takot na takot ho ako talaga tumanda because ito dati ha, hindi na ngayon. I was so afraid because sabi ko, wow, I know I have bong in my life, but to grow old gay may not be necessarily the most exciting prospect, in one's life. Takot ako, and for many other reasons, because I am supporting my family, maraming nakaangkla sa akin, maraming nakadepende sa akin, sa aking pamilya. So, for many reasons, I was not comfortable, or that's a light word. I was afraid to grow old. So, I started lying, Raymond. Alam ba, pag
Really?
pag sinasabing, just a couple of years ago, if you ask me, how old are you? 48. Ganon, diba? Ang reklamo dyan. So, depends on who was asking me. Kung halimbawa, tatawanan ako, tinataasan ko ng konti. Pag medyo makalusot ako at kaya ko intimidate, binababaan ko. Until, you know what's written on Wikipedia? Itong karma. This is true, ha? I had to call my lawyer before COVID. Sabi ko, attorney, baka pwede mong tawagan ng Wikipedia. Ngayon magsasabi na ako ng totoo. You know how old I am on Wikipedia?
How old?
I'm supposed to be 64, and I was born 1955 or 54, the year my older sister was born. Sabi ni Bong sa akin, yan ang karma. I am not 64. I am not. I mean, that's the age of my sister. But I am totally responsible for Wikipedia's record. Pero thank you for asking me. I will not tell you my age. Si Chris Aquino alam, pero Chris respects me and she doesn't say it. But I am not young anymore. I'm old.
Kaya we're not asking for a number. It's just we're asking, ikaw ba ay Easy Call? Ikaw ba ay Pocket Bell? Ikaw ba ay Nintendo? Mga ganon.
All of the above.
All of the above. Hindi na natin ipapagpatuloy yung question mo. I'm sorry to,
But I am, the only reason is, napanindigan ko na eh. Pero privately tayong dalawa, sasabihin ko sa'yo, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable about my age. I first time po publicly that I told you the story about Wikipedia. First time po ito that I told that story. I called Attorney Wendell, di makulangan my lawyer, and I said, Attorney, makagawan mo naman ng paraan, magsasabi na ako ng totoo. Huwag naman 1954 or 1955. yun ang, kaya it's bad to lie.
Well, I don't know about that, but a lot of people are still doing it at this point, and people with power pa yan.
But I understand, Raymond. I understand. I really understand. I have become less, not naman judgmental. It's a strong word. I have become more understanding. May pinagagalit ng ibang tao because we are generally, this is a sweeping statement, but universally, we are not kind to the elderly. We marginalize them.
Always. Hindi ka na uso, hindi ka na maganda, matanda ka na, mga ganon.
Matanda ka na as if it's the most, as if it is a suffering, which I think should change. So, bahagi nun ang epekto sa akin. Oo.
But I feel that sometimes that kind of thinking is basically pang Pinoy kasi sa abroad or some countries, in fact, respect the elder more because of the wisdom and the experience they've encountered already. Pero I
May
think this generation has
mm.
twisted that idea already. Am I
Hindi
correct so
naman,
far?
Raymond, like, I think we're better off nga in some ways dito sa Pilipinas because we don't send our parents to homes for the aged or for the elderly. Pero may mga
Sure.
kultura talaga na pag matanda na, ay linalagay ka na doon. When in fact, tama yung word mo. You know, when you grow older, you have more wisdom. Nagiging makalimutin ka. You know, I was reading a book that said, mas nagiging makalimutin ka because puno ang utak mo eh.
No, but it's true. It's. Do you know that scientifically proven?
Yeah,
It
yes.
is. Oh, for those who don't understand why the scientifically proven, the brain synapses, sa dami ho ng synapses sa utak natin, it connects with different thoughts and it creates ideas and so on and so forth. Pag masyado ng marami, parang computer to, pag masyado ng maraming information, data, experience, emotion, and so on and so forth, parang computer yan, sa dami ng
Yeah.
information, naglalag siya. So minsan hindi nakakonect, minsan hinahanap po yung data, minsan ginaganon mo. Ganon po yung utak natin. It's a repository of so much information that you'll be surprised. The mere fact that I'm looking at your screen right now, I can tell you that there are like how many paintings are behind you. That, siguro kung tetest mo ko, alam ko na yan, kung saan nyo nabili, kailan nyo nabili, kung ano yun, mga ganun tipo. But ganon po ka ano yung brain natin. So anyway, that's a different story for another time.
But
Wait,
thank you for
pero
saying that. Thank you for saying that. Kasi totoo yan.
totoo yan, totoo yan. That's why I said, mahirap po tumanda kasi mas marami kaming information kaysa sa inyo. Question. Now, people are curious about this. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect life or perfect. I'm sure there's no such thing as a perfect interview. What
Yeah.
was the what was the worst you've ever had?
Let me talk as a teacher. Alam mo, Raymond, I've never been absolutely happy about a single interview.
Really?
Yes, you know, I like some of my interviews. I like some of my interviews more than the other interviews I've done. I was happy with a lot of them, but to be absolutely satisfied, contented about an interview has never happened to me. Raymond, maniwala ka, merong tanong na hindi na itanong, may sagot na hindi mo na follow up, merong there was always something that you could have done to better the interview. Kaya pag sinasabi, sarili ko when I do my self-talk, what was that? Nagre-review ako. The best interview is always the next one. May mga panahon na I cut my guests, hindi ko pinapagsalita, my bias was too obvious. Ang dami, ang dami. And it's never a perfect journey. I remember liking passionately some of my interviews. Marami naman. I mean, this is not a time for false humility, but I did some good interviews. What comes to mind? Sa dami, Raymond. Hindi ko
Oh,
talaga, I cannot single out a particular interview. Wow, I'm actually buying time. That's what we do when we buy
no,
time.
it's okay. Yan ang pinag-usapan natin privately in our conversations on the phone. Na
Oo.
magaling ho kami dalawa kumembot ni Boy. Pag tinatanong kami at medyo mahirap yung sagot, pwede kaming beauty contestant. I remember this time. No, wait, no, that's not the one.
Yeah, when
It's a
you're buying
skill.
time.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
buying
skill.
time.
Yeah, it's a skill that you develop. Actually, these are so many questions people are asking. Do you actually teach these things? Do you actually just learn these things? I mean, you're so good at this. I'm telling you already, you're so good at this,
Thank
even if
you.
maybe you don't know. Is that
Thank
people don't realize that sometimes when you're explaining things, you're actually thinking of the next answer to the next answer.
Oh, some things can be taught. Some
All
things
right.
can be taught. Last night, I did a workshop for ABS-CBN Talents, for the Rise Talents of sila Miko, my dearest Miko Del Rosario. Yeah, there are techniques. There are techniques. We have a syllabus. I teach public speaking, under which can be hosting and interviewing. I didn't go to school. I learned the hard way. May mga naituturo, pero hindi lahat. If you ask me what can be taught, physiology, for example, how to phrase a question. Listening is something that can be inculcated. There are certain good traits that can be taught. Listening, being connected to a core. Alam mo, Raymond, we are storytellers. Lalo na sa celebrity business, whether you are an actor or an interviewer, a host or a dancer, lahat lang tayo nagkukwento. We are storytellers.
Correct.
And if there is one very important component in storytelling as a celebrity, as a public figure,
Mhm.
and all my students know this, binibiro nila ako lagi niyan, stay true to your core, be connected to your core, be connected to your truth, be connected to your story. Kasi sabi nga ni Aling Oprah, if you are true to your core, you will survive anything. Oo, totoo yun. So yung kwento importante, hindi mawawala na nagbenta ako ng encyclopedia. I am not haunted by my past, ha? I mean, I am not haunted by the bad and the good that happened to
Uh-huh.
me, but I am connected. I am connected to my past, and that gives me direction. Kasi we're never alone, Raymond. I know
Correct.
you were very close to mommy, and Nana was also the center of my universe.
Uh-huh.
But when we speak, like now, I am being interviewed. I am not alone. I am the voice of my ancestors. I am the voice of my parents, of my grandparents. I come as one. I stand as 10,000, as Maya Angelou would say. Importante na konektado ka sa puso mo, sa totoo mo. You have to be connected to your truth. May mga ilang minuto, halimbawa, na kalukahan lamang, you play pretend, but you have to be connected to who you are. And you want to become a good interviewer, a good host, be connected there. Oo, waray ako eh. I'm gay, proudly gay. And
Mm.
I'm not Miss Universe. Sabi ko nga nun sa kaibigan ko, alam mo, kung hindi mo nakikita ang ganda ko, may problema ka.
Hindi, yun ang sinasabi ko sa lahat ng tao pag kinukunan ko ng litrato. Walang hong pangit. Kayo lang ang nagsasabing pangit kayo. There is always beauty in everybody. That's what I always tell them.
No,
I
you
have
say
a,
that. You
I
say
have
that,
a,
and thank you. You say that, really. And every time I go to your studio, parang feeling ko talaga parang ganda-ganda ko. Because you make us feel that. No, really, Raymond. Because you make
but,
us feel that.
okay, but this is not my interview, so I have this excuse to tell you, no, boy, this is my turn to ask you the question.
Okay.
All right, this is an interesting question that was sent to me earlier, 2 days ago, and they said, if you were to interview this person in front of you, and you find out it was Boy Abunda that you're doing the interview to, what would you ask yourself?
Tough.
What is a question that normally when a celebrity or an actress or an actor goes in front of the camera, there is this nagging question. Please ask me this question because I want people to know more about me, the real me, not the one that was prepared by the PR, not the one that was supposed to be in my image, but what is this question that you want people to really ask you when they see you?
I'm at a loss. As
Really?
a matter of fact, now this is the first time I was asked this question. To be very honest, Raymond, but I always have difficulty because I do a lot of self-talk. But if there is one question I'd like to ask myself now, and if
Uh-huh.
I were to do an interview now, wow. The first question, it keeps on coming back in my mind, and you always have to trust your instincts sometimes,
Uh-huh.
is that how did you do it?
How
How
did
did
you
you
do it?
do it? I don't know. How did you do it? Kasi
How?
alam mo, with humility, lalo na ngayon sa COVID,
Uh-huh.
when we are able to connect the dots in the Steve Jobs concept, no? When we're
Correct.
able to connect the jobs, mas lalo akong humbled. I'm really humbled by the grace of God. Parang, boy, how did you do it? I
Ang
I I
daming
want
blessings.
I want to phrase it medyo may pagkabastos, but we're on Facebook. How the F did you do it? I don't know. I really don't know.
Really.
Siguro lang, oo, where I am is where I should be because God blessed me. God, you know, uh, literally guided me to be where I am today. I'm trying to answer that difficult question. I'm
No, but
mumbling. I don't know.
no,
How
it's okay. It is a difficult question because
yeah,
normally a person whose job is to interview, to ask
yeah.
questions. When the tables are turned, it is a difficult question to ask. If you ask me, if I take your picture, Raymond, if Raymond takes a picture of Raymond, what would I honestly don't know. But the first thing maybe in my head is somebody better take a picture of me naked because I'm getting old and it's not this body's not gonna last forever. Ganun ang ano yun ko.
You know why I have difficulty answering that question is because I'm taking it very seriously. Kung pawiti
Really.
lang yan, ang dami. Diyos ko, kanina
Oo.
pa. Kung medyo verbal cues lang yan, if you go to heaven, who would you bring with you? If you go to hell, sino?
Correct.
Uh, ang,
Kilala kita eh, because I
ang
know that
dami,
there are verbal cues. I
ang
know that
dami,
you can
oh.
read them. Ang daming
Pero
pwedeng
when you talk to a friend like Raymond, and you ask me about it, you know me, Raymond. I mean, ang hirap, no? But probably I would say yes. Boy, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you do it? Hindi ko alam. Oo. Ang bait ng Diyos. Ang bait ng Diyos.
I will say that. Mabait naman talaga ang Diyos. We just need to
Uh,
open our eyes, our heart, and our minds to the possibilities in front of us. That's what it is. Follow-up question on that. You don't have control of the person who's going to interview you, boy. But who would you want to interview you?
that's another tough question. Because, that's another tough
Answer
question.
Anderson Cooper. Gusto ko siya makilala eh.
Hindi, I've done, Raymond, I've been in the celebrity business for a long, long time now, for
Okay.
over, wow, over 3 decades. Talagang tumawad pa ng konti.
Oh, may tama.
So,
Okay lang yan.
I've
Okay
been in
lang
the
yan.
celebrity business for almost 40 years. Let's be honest. I started
Okay.
at 6, so that makes me 46. I'm lying again. But anyway, mahirap because I've done the Hollywood stars. I've done junkets.
I know.
I'm not easily overwhelmed by celebrity anymore.
Correct. That's
I'm not
why.
overwhelmed. So if you ask me who would I want to do an interview with me, probably would have been the young Barbara Walters. Pangarap yun, no?
Oh, wow.
She's an idol. I mean, is. She will always be a lodestar. Lovely to talk to somebody like Oprah Winfrey and learn a lot from her.
That's
Alam mo ba, Raymond, na again, this is the first time I'm talking about this. Many years ago, I wrote 3 letters. Letters, ha, Raymond? As in sulat. I wrote a personal letter to Oprah. I had it delivered to her, is at Montecito, the mansion.
The
I had it
mansion.
delivered there. I wrote a letter to Barbara Walters. I had it delivered to New York. I wrote
Really?
a letter to Hillary Clinton because I wanted to do interviews with them. Siyempre, hindi ako sinagot ni Aling Oprah. Hindi naman ako sinagot ni Barbara Walters. And I understand. I mean, I know what it is to be in that level of celebrity. Pero sinagot ako ni Hillary Clinton
Wow. Ang sabi niya.
that she was willing to talk to me. This was before the election of 2016? What year was that? When she ran against Trump. She answered me and she said, maybe by fall, because blah, 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 blah. Of course, there was a friend, of course, the great Lloyd and Nicholas Lewis helped me connect to the team of Hillary. Pero the fact that she wrote my name, dear boy, I kept it. Dear boy, let's do something in the fall, blah, 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 etc. So that's my story. But yeah, Barbara Walters are doing great. Wow. Alam mo, may isang interview, Raymond. Ito kwentuhan lang, para walang nanonood
Sige
sa
na,
atin.
para wala naman nanonood eh. Okay lang yan. Tayo lang eh.
Every time I study how to phrase questions, for example, because I learned that the best way to ask questions is to do it quick. The shorter questions are the better questions, okay? Hindi yung ang haba-haba ng question mo, ang sagot ay yes.
Yes.
Or no. Now,
Parang,
we did an interview with Robert Blake. Robert Blake was a movie star who was accused of murdering his wife. He granted his first interview. So Barbara Walters was the first person from the outside world na nakita niya. So he was a star of the 70s, see, Robert Blake.
I'm familiar with this guy. Oh.
Diba? Remember? Tapos, I will not forget the way Barbara Walters phrased one question. Kasi nagagalit na yung Robert Blake. If you don't believe me, Barbara, you came in here inside my cell with a conclusion that I murdered my wife. How dare you? Ganon. It was almost violent interview verbally. Barbara said, "Okay, Robert, just one last question," and I will not forget the way she asked the question. If you didn't kill your wife, who did?
Mahirap yung tanong na yun.
Di ba? Parang, no, and the way it was phrased, no? Sabi ko, wow, ibang klase ito. Di ba? And I like it when Barbara Walters phrases her questions like that difficult interview she did with Ricky Martin many, many years ago when she was not out yet,
I love that.
Lang nung, Ricky, I know you want to talk about your music, but people have so much opinion about you as a public figure. How do you react to people who say that you're gay? Kagalang, no? Galing. I still learn how to do my
Sina-
questions from the great master herself. May libro ako ni Barbara. It's a compilation of all her interviews. Nagbabasa
Really?
lang po ako, binabasa ko ng binabasa ko po yun, just to give me a guide that the shorter questions are the better ones. Of course, there are times when you have to ask, may latag, itong
May
latag.
latag ka muna before
Then you ask
asking
them.
them.
Yeah.
Well, like now, may latag na naman ako yung ano sa'yo. But since you're talking about Barbara Walters, I'm sure. But the other question, the question that was that, whose mind do you want to pick on? I mean, at this point in time, you're a very widely read person. I know you like Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
But among
Love
all these
her.
people, yeah, all these authors, you've, maybe one or two, but which people do you want to have the chance to pick on their brains and their thoughts and their emotions?
Wow, Eckhart Tolle or Tolle comes to
Wow.
mind. The Power of Now. I'd like to get into Dead or Alive. I'd like to get into the mind of Lee Kuan Yew. I'd like to get into the mind of a Meryl Streep. I'd like to get into the mind of an Oprah Winfrey. I just finished the Vision interview of Oprah and Gayle King. It's wonderful. Um, I'd like to get into uh, Morgan. What's his name?
Freeman. Freeman?
I love his insights. Morgan Freeman.
Uh,
I'd love to go into, Deepak Chopra was my first interview when I did private conversations with Boy Abunda. I'm so, I'm so diverse, Raymond. I'm so
yes, you
diverse.
are.
I'm
In
so
fact,
diverse.
the nice thing about you is that no matter what topic people throw at you, you're so well versed at so many things, and
Alam mo
it's
kung bakit din,
scary.
Raymond? Alam mo kung bakit din, Raymond? Ang lente ko kasi, dahil nanggaling ako sa walang-wala, as in walang-wala, wala
Oh,
akong wala akong judgment. Wala akong dati sinasabi nila, boy, the reputation of being a purveyor of chismis because I was doing the buzz. I did start talk. I didn't mind that. I mean, this is a celebrity business. That's okay. But don't limit me there because I am more than that. I can do. And it was an insecurity that triggered. When I went to Freddie Garcia and I begged him to give me, not begged, that's not a right word. When I asked Freddie, bigyan mo naman ako ng show na na politika or public affairs kasi gusto ko naman ng mga 1 hour conversations because Freddie knew me.
uh,
He knows
okay.
me. So I was doing the buzz. A week later, I was given private conversations where I was allowed
Wow.
conversations with philosophers like Deepak Chopra was my first guest. He was in
Mm,
town where I did presidents, I did senators, I did
wow.
political scientists and policymakers because mahirap yung nililimit na ay photographer lang si Raymond. Ikaw, I've always wondered why you wouldn't venture into anything outside your photography because you're just so opinionated and you're so bright. You know,
Thank you.
yeah, I've known you. This is not, this is not a freebie I'm giving Roman, but this is a friend of mine for a long, long time. That's why we enjoy each other. That's why you
Yes,
are
yeah. Our
my.
conversations in private are actually so much longer than this. But I think that's the reason
No,
why
but Raymond,
I'm.
what I wanted to say, I'm sorry. What I wanted to say is to people eavesdropping at this conversation, kahit
Uh,
sa asawa mo, kahit sa kapatid mo, one good thing that you can do is stop limiting, stop
boxing
steering,
yourself. Yeah, boxing.
boxing the person you love. Dito ka lang kasi, wag na. Dito ka lang. Our language should start to go into try it. Try it. Try it. Go. I mean, find out for yourself. Can you imagine kung hindi ako naglakas loob mag-host sa television at where would I be? Everything was a gamble. I didn't even know what was going to happen, but I had nothing to lose because I had nothing anyway. Pero yun, yung parang, ay, siya ganon, photographer, ay, si Boy Abunda ganon, ay,
Ito.
ganito. Hindi. We are much, much more. Walt Whitman said that in the 17th century. Song of Myself, that poem. I remember because that was the book that Lewinsky gave Clinton. I mean,
Ah,
song of many. We are many. We are many. Let's not be afraid about being many. I can be a photographer. I can be a pole dancer. I can be a public speaker. I mean, why limit me?
true, true. Ang ano nga, the thing about it is that I think that's the reason why I never left also when I started this in the quarantine. it snowballed. The momentum was so great. People were listening. In fact, listening until outside the country. And as far as Switzerland and
Wow.
Spain, people were tuning into what I was saying, no matter how stupid the discussion was, but there was an audience, and then they were also clamoring for people like you. That sometimes people want intelligent conversation with Boy Abunda, and I'm glad you said yes to these people, because I always, my interview last night with Eavesdrop, you did an interview with these three wonderful women, Sina Delamar, Sina Jelly, Victor. I was listening to you also. It was so nice that you were sharing all these things. Pero nag-usap nga tayo after that. Ang nakakatawa, we didn't you just called me because you just wanted to ask permission for
Yeah.
a photo, and then we ended up what, another hour of talking on the phone. I said,
I'll tell you
"What?
something, Raymond. One thing, for example, I learned from you was from your book. Do you know that I didn't know what dim sum meant
Oh, okay,
until your book? I
little pieces of heaven."
Yeah, I learned that from you. I learned that from you. I learned from everybody. I learned from everybody. Sabi ko nga in one of my books that I wrote, I listen and I learn from fools and wise men. Ang
Thank you.
hirap
I want to
kasi
be considered the fool.
No, I'm happy to be a fool. I'm happy to be foolish and hungry, as Steve Jobs would say.
Or in there, I will always credit. People think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but truth be said, I started with 5,000 pesos trying to survive. People
Yeah,
hated me. People
yeah,
hated me, and I understand where you're coming from. But then again, there's also another side of us, both of us. We can talk about all this deep. Sorry to say, deep shit in books that we read and conversation, but there's also the nababaw side that we love talking about, and this is the part wherein we never agree in. Uh, I am a Vilmanian and you are a Noranian. So, my question is, paano ka naging fan ni Nora at ako kay Vilmanian? What made you what made Nora such a for you?
Pero siyempre ngayon may analysis na ako, Raymond. Pero may analysis na ako. Pero noon wala akong analysis. Ang kapatid ko, si Manafe,
Oh,
who is
oh,
now the congresswoman po of the Lone District of Eastern Samar, my elder sister, was Vilmanian. I think she still is a Vilmanian. Magkasama na sila
oh.
yata sa kongreso. I don't know kung nasabi na niya. Mana was Vilmanian. I
Wow.
am still a rabid Noranian.
Yes, you
Bakit?
are.
Siguro ang analysis ko syempre was she represented everything that I was and many people were. She was hope. She was a child of the masses. She was a
Child of the man.
child of the
True.
masses. She was the voice of this country. She was the Filipino artist. I gravitated towards her because she represented everything I wanted to be. And then she also clarified in my mind and heart that dreams come true.
It's true. Cinderella story naman talaga
Oh
siya, kung
yeah, oh
tutuusin.
yeah. At
Ako,
sino na makapagsasabi, Raymond, that years later, I actually handled the career of Ate Gayo with Vivian and Girly.
oh, you
I
did?
traveled,
I did.
yeah, I
Oh,
we traveled around the world with Ate Gayo. We did a tour in the late 80s. Yes.
okay.
A few years before I discovered Ariel Rivera through Venice Saturno. Yes.
Yeah, and you made me shoot Ariel Rivera right after that. I
Alam mo ba ang
remember.
kwento nun, Raymond? Yung
Ano,
after yung pictorial, of course, Ariel fresh from Canada. So we had
correct.
that pictorial. Pinakyala po si Ariel sa akin ni Venice Saturno. But before that, I was already the publicist of Cool Ledesma, Regine Velasquez,
Marami na, oh.
Martin Rivera. I mean, name them. Name them. I was a high-profile publicist already. But when I discovered Ariel, so pictorial ng BMG, thank you
Ah,
BMG, sila Rudy, sila Ciso, lahat yan pinapictorial namin kay Raymond. Ang daming pinamimilian ng mga photos. Alam mo, we liked the photo that you liked. Ariel had another choice.
correct.
I liked the photo that you liked because of the panga. Naalala mo?
Yes, yes.
I will not forget that. Pero si Ariel had, this is a better photo. It was not a regular photo. It was a regular photo. It was a brave, again, I like adventurous photo for a cover of an album, di ba?
Ah,
So yun. It was your choice, and thank you. Thank you.
Wow, I'm surprised that you actually remember that we did that. I will remind you, we projected a photo of Ariel on his naked torso. And then
Yeah.
he was so uncomfortable. Sabi niya, singer naman ako, bakit niyo ako pinaghuhubad? Eh, hindi ko naman masabi, eh, paano, galing ka kay Boy, si Raymond na nag-shoot sa'yo, gwapo ka. Anong gagawin ko? Sabi ko. And ito po yung minsan, extreme kami ni Boy. Sometimes we talk about the most philosophical things and sometimes we're like the most mababaw person ever. And we just laugh our heads off at certain points na hindi natin tawa lang tayo ng tawa for certain points of view. Lalo na pagkasama natin si na Bobby Garcia. Yung mga
Yeah,
ganun tipo.
I love Bobby. And there was another pictorial that I will not forget when you photographed Rustom. You know, I remember that because that was the time I was managing Rustom. And let me say this, I loved him and I love Bibi. You know,
Yes.
I love him to pieces. I mean, to the moon and back. I love him. Yun, hindi ko lang makakalimutan yung mga, because I remember asking then Rustom, patingin naman. Naalala ko yun, all those,
Hindi ko may mga
all those
may mga
pictorials.
nangyayari sa studio na we can't even discuss in public. I always remind myself, maraming ibang
But I
nakikinig.
miss him kasi. I miss him and I miss her. I haven't spoken to Bibi in a long time, but she knows she has my love and respect. Na-miss ko lang, ngayon lang, biglang naalala ko.
May naalala rin ako bigla may video lumabas recently sa internet may kaaway yata siya. Hindi ko na maalala kung ano yung issue
I
yun.
don't know. No, but I adore her. I adore her. But anyway, hello if she happens to come
To be
across.
listening, hello po.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
And, all right. The other questions that people are curious about is that how do you react when you're doing an interview and then you realize the person you're actually interviewing is lying to the teeth? Do you do something? Do you react? Do you just maintain this certain composure na okay, kung ganyan na ng usapan natin, I know you have interviews like that. And
I've gotten used to it, Raymond. No, ganito yun. Let me contextualize this.
okay.
We are in the celebrity business. We are in the public space.
Uh-huh.
Yung sinungaling, not telling the truth, maraming level yan. But don't get me wrong, a lie is a lie. Okay? A lie is a lie. Pero, halimbawa, let's be very specific para mas maintindihan nila. I ask a politician or a movie star, are you together or are you married? Diba? Bilis na, no, we're just friends. And do you actually sue this person? Do you actually go to court because you know that this person is actually lying? There are certain considerations. There are fans who are, katulad ako, halimbawa, I understand, kasi seloso akong fan. Gusto ko yung aking hinahangaan. Halimbawa, pag ayoko yung partner, ayoko nga, dati kay Ate Guy, ayoko yung iba. Ayoko talaga yung iba. Gusto ko ganito. So, sometimes, the public figure, you answer a question because this is the answer that your followers like to hear. But these are lies about being together, being etc. It is different when you do a political interview where, for example, you know that a certain person is lying between his teeth about something that is of public interest. That's an entirely different story. My bias may show, but I will not embarrass a guest, but iikutan ko yun because it is my responsibility as an interviewer. So I've gotten used to how to handle these things on air. Meron kang ibalato mo na yan. Total. And then months later, they come back to your show and say, Tito, kami talaga actually, we were together, blah, 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 etc. So, all's well that ends well. Pero iba pag public interest ang pinag-uusapan. That's different.
You don't draw a certain line na parang, teka muna, medyo iba ang nabalitaan ko, or you don't even prod even further?
You can
More
say
or less.
No, I do that, Raymond. I do that.
You do.
Without having, listen, I've not sat down in front of any guest with the intention of embarrassing.
That's nice to know.
I have no agenda. So if someone says, for example, no, boy, I didn't do that. I am prepared, Raymond, with my research. So in 2016 you said blah 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 blah. Your brother actually admitted that, doon. But I will not judge. I will let my audience, uh, I will allow my audience to come up with informed, enlightened opinions, but I will not, and I don't have the heart. Kultura din natin yun eh. I'm not gonna say, I mean, the way they do it in the States, you are lying. You're taking back your words. That's not us.
Diretsahan, oo.
That's not us. Oh, the way, for example, CNN America would do all the quotes of Trump, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, compare it to his present statement. I'm that
We're
I
more
don't.
subtle.
That's not us. That's
Yeah,
not
we're
us.
more subtle. Mas may konting,
May paggalang
lambing
pa
tayo na.
tayo. Remember,
Magalang, that's it.
nasa set mo yun eh. Bisita mo yun eh. Did you actually invite somebody to embarrass
Totoo.
anyone?
Totoo
So,
yan.
ikutan mo, mag-follow-up question ka. Ikutan mo. I mean, deliver the message to your guests that, you can't play with me. I know what I'm talking about. I've done that. I've
I
done that.
I love this conversation. People are commenting para daw sila nagbayad ng masterclass just listening to you. You actually, ang ganda ng comments ng mga bata. I have students actually, not my students but students as far as Mindanao who are messaging me right now saying thank you Tito Raymond kasi po I'm gonna read it verbatim kasi po kahit may online classes kami, mas marami kami natututunan especially with your guests. Right now si Boy Abunda po, ang dami namin na of how to do interviews, how to deal with
Salamat.
people. And
Salamat.
yes, that's why I love my friends, seriously, because I learned from them so much. One of the questions, yes,
Raymond,
continue.
doon lang sa mga estudyante, dalawa lang ngayon. So far, I think kasi I really love to teach, but that's my new passion. When you do interviews, stay true to who you are and work hard. Do your research, read, listen. And research is not done the day before an interview.
Yes.
Done all your life. You listen to your
Correct.
neighbor, you listen to a friend, and the more diverse opinions are, the more diverse materials you read, the better, because
You
broaden
understand.
the perspective mo.
Yes.
Pangalawa, to the best you can, listen. Listen to others and listen to yourself.
But
Yun lang.
the hardest, no, but I agree with you. The hardest thing that people take for granted is the art of listening. We've lost the art of listening because we love just to hear our own voices in the internet, in Instagram. We love curating our own lives without actually listening to the other people that are around us who actually do affect us. I'm gonna give you a little minute
Raymond, I'm
of
sorry, can I just say something?
Go.
Because some of them may be exposed to materials like hard talk of BBC. Sabi ni Boy, sabi ni Raymond, they listen daw. It's a hard talk naman. Sasabay-sabay sila magsalita. That's a style. That's a
Yes.
style. Hard talk, for example, is a hard talk on politics, on policy. So there's this interview, for example, of Stephen and Bibi Netanyahu, for example. That's a style. Ito yung connected to your question na people not being forthright, not being truthful. Sila sa hard talk, pag sinabi mong, did you issue a memorandum disallowing a certain blah 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 to enter Israel, for example. Then I don't know if he won elections, Bibi Netanyahu of Israel,
Yeah.
for example, say, you know what happened here, blah 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 blah. No, I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you that. What I'm asking you is, did you allow? Didn't you allow? Ganon. That's a style po.
mas hardcore and diretsahan
That
yan,
is not the rule. That is not the rule. Meron din mga nagtatanong na, yes or no, were you there during the party of? No, you know what happened? Galing ako. No. Raymond, as a younger interviewer, ginawa ko, sandali po. My question is very simple. It's answerable by a yes or a no. May mga ganun, kinakat nila. I don't know if it was Tom or Peter Jennings who invented that phrase of the judicious to delicious interruptions. Habang nagsasalita ang guest, alam mo, tinatimingan mo yung hinga, pagkatapos, paghinga, interrupt.
Pasok ka. Correct.
You have to remember, lalo na on television, we are on limited time. Hindi
Yes.
kami pwedeng, we cannot allow the guests just to ramble on, etc., etc. You have to say, excuse me, it's answerable by a yes or no. Did you? Didn't you?
Or did
Yes
you?
or no. Pero you know what I realized, Raymond? Ngayon na matagal na ako sa television, Kaya pinaglalaroan ko yung fast talk because it's meant to make my interviews lighter. Life is not about yes or no. Life is so nuanced. Mandela once said that, politics, life are not about black and white. It's not as simple as yes, no, left, right. Life is nuanced. Life is nuanced.
I agree. I agree. In fact, that I love the way you said it now. Life is just little nuances of not being a yes and a no. There are gray areas. There are whole spectrums of different points of view. The way life is happening to us right now, the pandemic, this thing that we're experiencing, the world is changing. Does that how is that affecting you right now?
Oh, in a major, thank you, Venus, in a major way.
Mhm.
Um, in a major way, Raymond. I have, wow, in a major way. Okay, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was in denial. Uh, I was in denials. I was checking my temperature every 10 seconds. I was checking my throat. I was checking my, I was paranoid. Number two, I was in denial because I knew in my head at that time, no, hindi to magtatagal, makakahanap sila. I hope it was a mistake. Pinagdaanan ko yun. Pinagdaanan ko. Until I settled down and I said, wow, what a way for God to remind all of us to be actually
True.
home. So what did it do to me? I know my neighbors now better. We laugh together. Naghahatiran na kami ng ulam, Raymond. I know my niece better now. I know my mga kasamahan ko sa bahay. I appreciate Bong now. We've been together in the house for over now, what, over 100 days or even over 100 days. Di pa kami
More, huh?
nag-aaway. Sabi ko, Bong, aren't you surprised? We are now appreciating each other better. Every corner of my house nakilala ko muli. Ilang beses ko nang ni-rearrange ang buong bahay ko. You know what, Raymond? I missed I missed home so much. I missed myself so much. I lived outside for a long time. I am enjoying it. And there's so much uncertainty after COVID. During COVID, there is so much uncertainty, but I have stronger faith. I mean, during Holy Week, no, that story of the Lord Jesus doon sa boat,
Uh-huh.
the apostles were worried as to whether they might sink. And then Jesus said, "Why are you afraid? Have you no faith?" Karga-karga ko yan. We pray together now, the Oratio Imperata every night. Dito sa
Wow.
everybody. A lot of things have changed. Here's the thing. I really hope that after this COVID, and I know this will pass, God and COVID, I hope this will pass. I really pray that we all become better people. We all become kinder people. We all become more compassionate people. That's my prayer.
No, but I totally agree. Everything has changed. The way we see people, the way we. I'm giving you time to drink also kasi kawawa ka naman. And honestly, some people do appreciate the pandemic because now everybody's back to basic. Pwede naman pala ako mabuhay na hindi masyadong maluho. Ngayon na-realize ko mali pala ang pagkaipon ko. Wala akong pambili ng ganito. It's like time to reassess and reevaluate where we are or what we're doing with our lives. So, yun ang ano doon.
At saka, Raymond,
Natawa.
no, Raymond, na-check din natin yung, hindi ka ba natatawa minsan? Ako, I go to my closet, for example, na dami-dami mong damit. No? Ang dami-dami
Oo.
kong sapatos from the Givenchy's to Givenchy. Okay. To the, to the Louboutins, to the etc. Lahat yung mga social climbing habits ko. Pero na-realize mo talaga na, alam mo, at yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. At a certain point, I also got lost. I also got lost in the noise. I also got lost in
Yes.
the razzle-dazzle, in the razzmatazz na
Yes.
noong a couple of weeks ago lang, tinitingnan ko mga sapatos ko, sabi ko, ano ngayon? Kumusta tayo? Nawala na si Mr. Rick Owens, na-realize mo na you're back to the basics.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm okay. Doon bumabalik, Raymond, yung noon nga walang-wala ako, hindi ako nagreklamo, ngayon pa.
Ngayon pa. No, but for somebody to be enlightened in such a way is either very, find that you're blessed that you are enlightened, but some people still look at things on a different point of view. So, kanya-kanyang evolution nga ng ano natin doon. You know what? I cannot keep you forever in my ano. So I am first of all, I'm gonna
I
give
want
you
to
that
be here
little break.
forever.
I know you do, but we can continue without the broadcast. Kawawa naman yung mga ibang tao. I want to greet everybody sana that says hello, but I don't think I'll be
Go
able
ahead,
to do
Raymond.
that.
Go
So,
ahead.
kunyari, nandito to, si Bettina.
Isa
Yan,
pa.
yan yung mga taong pinapagkamalan siyang tomboy. Mga kaibigan, si Bettina ay hindi tomboy. Yan po ang totoo.
At saka yan ang kauna-unahang babae na who had that hair.
Who had
Be
that
it,
hair? Hindi,
be it very close to us. I mean, she's been part of my life forever, and she's just
yes.
one of the kindest. Pero katulad natin ni Raymond, like Bettina, for example, is a friend na pag hindi mo kilala, parang ang lakas naman ng dating nito
Oo,
because
nakasama.
she's so passionate. She's
Tapang-tapang.
so she's like us. Yung parang, boy, may kaaway ka ba? Ba't ang tagas ang boses mo?
Oh, another person on the screen is
Dito!
Narciso Chan. Hello, Narciso.
Nandito.
Yan, yung mga kaibigan namin in the industry. You know, sometimes nasa-stress ako, boy, because the people are watching are people in the industry. Like, si Ate V nanonood. So sabihin ko kay Ate Guy, manood na siya next time, ha?
Oh, no, but I have so much respect for Vilma Santos. I mean, she's a great actor. She's a wonderful person. I have so much respect for her.
Pero, if you say that to Ate V, and I'll be honest, I'm sorry, Vilma Santos, pero ito lang sasabihin ko, Nora Honor pa rin pagdating sa singing. Kasi, I'm sorry, Vilma, no matter how cute your album is, I love you, but then that's as far as it goes.
No, Perdicia of Ama. Oh, yeah, this
Yeah,
watch.
sorry. Yeah. Si
Hi,
Fernancia, truly honored to have Boy in.
I'll be teaching at Ama. I'll be teaching at
You
Ama.
are.
We're gonna fix it. Yes, Ama University, Ama Online Education. Salamat, Ferdy, for watching us.
Si Ferdy. Kaya nga, ano yan. Teka muna, when you say you're teaching online, nakashoot na kayo ng master videos or
Kaya
something?
ako
Hindi
sa
pa.
ABS, my workshops, Raymond, live. Medyo mahirap, no?
Mahirap, oo.
I don't. I like live teaching. Live teaching meaning Zoom
Yeah.
or StreamYard.
Boomer, ano. It's a different. You need to get used to the fact that you don't have also an audience sometimes.
Yes, interactive kasi eh.
Interactive. Diane Joyce, the meanest and the best thing someone's ever said to you.
Context. Lahat yan. Pangit, walang karapatan, pangit ang ipin, malaki ang ilong. But Diane, I'll tell you something. For the longest time when I was on television, Bong used to tell me, honestly, wala ka bang balak magpagawa ng mukha? Sabi ko, God, Bong. I mean, you're the person I love the most and you even asked me that question. How dare you? Inaway ko yun. Sabi niya, kahit konti lang yung ilong. Sabi ko, why? Are you bothered with my nose? So I started to look at my nose. O nga naman, ang laki-laki ng nose ko. For many years, I used to be so bothered about my nose. I was bothered about my lips. I was bothered about my being kalbo, etc. But you know what? It came to a point after really examination and assessment of myself. I said, no, I love my nose. You know why? It's the only one I have. It's mine. I take good care of it. It's part of the package. Pero pinagdaanan ko rin yun. So nasabihan ako niyan, Dayan, meanest of the meanest. I went through that. Pagiging Bisaya, pagiging bakla, pagiging lahat.
Labi talaga sa harap mo.
Hi, Mana, Douglas Nieras.
Sabi ko sa inyo minsan I get surprised. I'm so happy for you guys. Every time I have guests, you guys are always full support. Thank you po sa mga
No,
nanonood.
but imagine people like Douglas Nieras eavesdropping on your conversations. I love Douglas Nieras.
I owe Douglas so much. When I was a striving young photographer, he was the one who gave me so much opportunity to prove my artistry. So, mga nude shots, sila ng mga dancers, pati siya nag-nude. Pati sila nag-nude shots.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of you, Douglas. I'm so proud of you. And you have all my love. I'm just so proud of him. I'm so proud.
I'm being reminded, my admin, that we're pressed for time, so I will give you your fast talk. It's not the same as yours, but more or less, you don't have to go too much on it, but at least give me your points of view or your opinion about this matter. We'll start with the one that's easy. Kevin Balot, the trans woman?
Yes.
She's being attacked right now because of her comment that we don't need trans women in the Miss Universe because they have their own show. So what's your opinion about that?
No, I respect Kevin as a person. I do not respect the opinion. What actually Kevin said was that parang transgender. I am not quoting her direct. I mean,
Yeah.
completely. But what I remember was she said something to the effect na parang trans people are getting enough or something. Uh,
Uh-huh.
parang to that point. I beg to disagree. The word may not respect others' opinion, but I don't totally buy her opinion. I respect her as a person. I beg to disagree. Transgender women are women, and Miss Universe decided that transgender women or transgender women can join the contest. What's the fuss and what's the problem? And if
Yeah.
the concept of trans women getting enough, meaning had enough, getting enough from the world, that's wrong. I think one of the most challenged sectors in the LGBT community are transgender women. You know, it's a long
It's a
struggle.
long conversation. So
It's a long,
I will not even let
yeah,
you go on with that.
it's a
All right.
long. But Raymond, I repeat, I respect Kevin as a person.
As a person.
I don't
No, but it's
respect
true.
that.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and their own points of view.
Of
Will
course,
siguro my take on this is that wag niyo naman i-attack yung tao. There are ways to win people over and attacking is not one of them.
we need
So,
more friends. We need more
yeah, we
friends.
need more. We need more people to be with us rather than pushing them away. All
What
right.
is this, no, what is disappointing lang is because Kevin is part of the community, and
True.
I expected, which is wrong, because again we're living around
Expectations,
the
boxing people. Yeah.
expectation. Yeah, I expected her to be more enlightened. I expected her to, to have been wiser. Yeah,
But that's how sometimes the ball bounces.
how
And next
life
question.
goes.
Uh your concept of followers versus engagement. We've had this long conversation between ourselves that maliit lang nga ang followers mo pero ang engagement mo 101% compared to people with so many followers. But that's the generation now. I mean, where do you stand on these things?
No, I like engagement, Raymond. I like
Right.
engagement. I can be talking to two people who are engaged with me as opposed to someone who has a million followers who are not engaged. It's a very clear. It's a no-brainer to me.
It's a
I
no-brainer.
I go for engagement. I like relationships built on engagements. I like conversations. And we grow. We grow. Um, Followers and following may give you a false idea of who you
Uh,
are, because a big following is not tantamount to bigness or to
it's
power.
true. It's
No.
true. I love what you said. Please listen, mga bagets. That's a no. All right, I'll be very careful on this one. Where are you now in the ABS-CBN issue?
I will not go into anything legal because I am not an expert. I will not go into the statistics about BIR issues. Yung ibang hearings na silip ko, I will go personal. I am
Yeah.
heartbroken because I lost a job that I love with passion, that I did with integrity and dignity. I I am I am distraught. I am sad is a very light word. I am broken. I am really broken. I pray to God for a miracle. I pray to God for a miracle. I've been with ABS CBN for 21 years, and my heart is just so broken.
I understand. I mean, we all have our connections. I have my connections, and I'm also disturbed by that. Last two questions. Uh, what title would be your autobiography?
That bitch.
That is so you, I swear. That is so you. I would even produce the movie That Bitch, and then I see you in a white camisón, naglalakad sa beach basang-basa ka habang kumukuha ka ng isda sa mga mangingisda kasi sabi mo balang araw titingalain niyo po ako at magsisisi po kayo at sinabi niyong bakla po.
That was a visceral reaction. Hindi mo yung pinag-isipan. That
Al
bitch. Magagalit na naman yung bong nito.
Hindi naman nakikinig ba siya ngayon?
Naman nandun, nag-exercise.
Kaya mo siya. Problema niya yun. Bong is the partner of Boy. All right, last question. This one is but it also affects me. So, what will make your mama proud now?
No. Uh, you know, I'm very instinctive when I answer my questions. The first word that came to mind is my teaching. Because even before COVID, ang pangarap ko talaga, Raymond, sabi ko, I want to be able to put up a small school, an art school where I can teach public speaking, hosting, interviewing, and then my friend, like for example lang, Ryan Carlos can teach acting, another and a team, including me, we can teach management of talent management, personal branding, and maybe you have a room on photography, etc. Pangarap ko yan, a small academy of the arts. And Nanay will be proud. And Nanay will be proud because I will continue her legacy of being a teacher. The
Ah,
proudest moments of Nanay ay yung mga pagkakataon na may lumalapit sa kanya, halimbawa, mayor ng isang bayan. Sabi niya, Nanay, alam mo ba, ikaw ang grade 1 teacher ko, ikaw nagturo sa akin sumulat. Ang ngiti ng nanay ko ay walang kapalit. So that one, I think that will really make your nanay proud. But I just wanted to share with you because you went through this experience. Alam mo Raymond, ako minsan, kami nila Bong, pinipilit ko kasi nanay passed on December 1. Ikaw, mami, passed on when?
a year and a half ago. It's still
Alam mo,
painful.
Raymond, wala talaga. The pain is just as strong, as painful as it was when she died in my arms. It never goes away. Never goes away. Sabi ko, I'm getting used to that pain. As someone told me once, boy, 20 the years down the road, 15 years, it's still the same. I miss her. I really do. Yung parang, Nay, alam mo may mga umaga pa, I get out of the room, I go down and say, Nay, just for me to realize, ako paiyakin. Naka ba? Yan, you know, it's,
Kaya nga inalis ko yung mukha ko sa screen ngayon kasi ako naiiyak.
she's still my compass. She's still the center of my universe. She is. She's still the center of my universe. Yeah.
It's I share with you the same emotion. The truth of the matter is one should never forget the pain. One should never forget the missing because that's exactly what it is. It reminds you of everything that they've contributed, who we are, what they've sacrificed, and I'm glad that you're my friend because you do understand both our journeys in this.
Oh yeah. And if I were to close this, because I know you're going to ask me to close this now,
I will.
I'll go to one of the lines that Nana used to tell me in Borongan Eastern Samar when I used to join declamation contests. At ang lakas ng loob ko. Kasi Nana would always tell me, even before a contest begins, you are my winner. Thank you.
No, thank you. Andrew Drew Arellano, whose father is also not with us anymore, also says the same thing. One never does. It never does go away.
I love Andrew. You know, he started with me, he's still with me. I still manage Andrew, and is very close to the father, Tony Aga, and one never.
became-
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Andrew.
I became close also to Andrew's father, Andrew Tuloy Drew. Thank you, boy. It was a very.
Salamat, Raymond. And
I don't like to end this, but there are people who want to also. I have a question. There are people also asking me right now. We want to get hold of Boy and have them guess also, but I have no control over that. How do they get hold of you? They want to have conversations with you.
I don't know how to answer that.
You don't know? I will tell, punta ho kayo kay na lang, kay
No, no, no.
Bettina.
No, Rowena handles my schedule.
O Rowena, sige,
Call me,
sige.
and we will call Rowena.
I will give Rowena's number na lang. Those who are inquiring.
Raymond, isn't it strange these days? We have become busier because we are home.
Yes,
we do
I
one
don't
meeting,
understand.
one show, one,
Ang
after the
dami.
other. Grabe, no? But we can't complain. We're blessed. Lord, thank you. Take good care of all of us and protect us from harm and end COVID-19. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, boy. I will let you
Thank
go,
you very
but I hope you have a good evening ahead of you. Inistorbo kita, but I appreciate this. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Okay, I hate doing this, but kami ni Boy, ganyan kami, we always end the conversation na pareho kami nagiging emotional because of our mother who recently passed on. But then again, Boy is a good friend. I wish, my wish to everybody that I wish you get to know these celebrities, these artistas, the way I get to know them because there's so much layers of understanding, of learning that you get from these people, that sometimes kulang ang isang show or kulang ang isang oras just to share with you what we learn from each other's journey. And with that, I would say goodbye because thank you for coming and listening to me again. And don't forget, next week, again, Saturday, but tomorrow is important for me. The Midnight Snack, 11 p.m. Janice de Belen and I will be starting our first episode. So I hope to see you guys. Bye for now, and thank you.